Yo, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode where we talk about luxury wristwatches. Hope you guys are doing pretty well. Sorry for keeping the delaying off of the stream. I was going to do it at 3 in the morning, but changed my mind. So let's get right to it. Today I wanted to take a look at the Patek Calatrava. This watch interests me, and I don't know if any of you have been looking at this watch at all, but I'm digging this one. So I have the one exactly in, I was going to say exactly in the middle, but that's not the case. I have this one here on the off center right. Boy, that still is my favorite one, the 5196 rose gold. So I do have that. And Box and Papers 2020. 2020? I think so. And maybe 2019. Boy, time flies. And but the new one here, so these haven't been discontinued. You can still buy these 5196s, which is great. You know, they're not going to discontinue the 96. So you can still buy the 5196, although they're not as easy to get as they used to be. You used to be able to just buy a 5196 right there at the counter. But since they lowered production on the 96 models, there's a waiting list for them too now. I'm not sure what's going on with the 6119 as far as availability goes, but this is the one that I have, and this is just beautiful. It's a nice watch. So they sell this one for just under $25,000. This is going to be my first look at the 6119, so I don't even know how much they sell for. I'm curious to see how close it is to the 5196 retail price. So let's check that out. So we know the 5196. We're going to kind of compare the two. 37 millimeter case. Sealed case back. Closed case back. And you know it's a manual wind 215. So I'm assuming the engine's going to be the same. The movement's going to be the same in the other one, the 215 PS, just as well. Let's go take a look. And that's interesting. They only make it in a rose gold. Let me back up for a second. They don't make a yellow gold version. You see that? Why is that? That's really interesting. I'm sure that will come, but why didn't they release a yellow gold version right off the bat? So let's see here. Oh, so it does have a different movement. 65-hour power reserve, 28.8 manual wind. So they've improved their manual wind system. So this is a new movement. Well, that's interesting. Oh, and the case is bigger. So look at that. They made a movement proper to the case, the size, the 39 millimeter case size. That's a big Calatrava. Wow, 39 millimeter. Brilliant. And your price, 29 and a half. Not bad. $7,000 more than the 9.6, considering you're getting an additional 2 millimeter in diameter. But what's key to that is that you're getting a proper movement in there, because it's fitting to the case size beautifully. Look at it. It's actually a really pretty movement. That's great. Oh, and it's a see-through case back. Oh, that's great. Let's take a look at this. And it's a great looking watch. I'm loving the hobnail bezel. These Calatravas have a most beautiful side profile. They're a little hard to crank if you've got some, larger fingers. But I'm also guessing this watch has a little bit, it looks like it has a little bit of a larger crown, which would be perfect for someone who has a little bit bigger fingers, a little bit bigger wrist. You get the 39 millimeter. Man, this watch looks great. This is a good looking Calatrava right here. Boy, I'm going to rate this a 10 out of 10. As a matter of fact, if we're talking about best watch releases for this year, this one takes the cake. There's no doubt this is the best new watch of the year right here. Has anybody even come out with anything else? Rolex with their steel Pepsi. This is better than that. I mean, of course, FP Journe's one of one watch, the infamous hand watch. Of course, that can't be compared to anything else. That's a masterpiece. But this is just amazing. I love the bead plots at each hour on the railroad track. The second hand, everything just is perfect on this watch. Let me see if we can throw some sound on there with that. I like the white gold too. This is something that's on my radar, and I wouldn't mind buying the white gold version and keeping my gold Calatrava 9.6. That one right there. That white gold version, I'm down for that one. Although it would be hard to resist taking that amount of money, which is what did we say? 28,000. I think this is 28,000. Although you can't really get it. Oh, this is 40. This is 40. Oh man, this went up a lot. Oh my gosh. Retail on this was never 40,000. Wow. Oh, quit looking at this one, man. I missed this one. That was one of my grails, and I passed it up a few times at $27,000. 27. I passed it up. What are you gonna do? But this one here, the 6119G, I'm digging this. It says that Patek Philippe is giving a fresh momentum to the emblematic Calatrava model featuring a guilloche hobnail pattern, also known as the Clou de Paris, by treating it to a slightly larger diameter and a design reinterpreted in a contemporary spirit. Faceted applied white gold hour markers, which we have in the 9.6 series, combined with the dolphin style minute hands. Again, we have that in the 9.6 series. Create a sleek and usual time dial aesthetic. Newly wound movement 30-255 PS with a 65-hour power reserve. So that's the big thing there, is that it's a 65-hour power reserve. It's it meets the demand of the case diameter, the new case diameter, and it's a see-through case with a slightly upgraded contemporary hobnail pattern design. So that's your what it is in a nutshell at $30,000. And I would guess you'd be able to just walk in there and get and pick this up. I have no doubt this would be you'd be able to just walk in there and pick this up. Oh, I really like this one. Let's see what some of you guys are commenting about here. Let me put it back on a screen here for the watch, and then I'll check your comments. We'll throw it on that screen there. That looks nice. What's up, geezer? How's it going? You like the older versions better? The 5296 sector dial. I'm not particularly a fan of that one. That's why I picked the 5196 myself. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll take a look at the 5296. Remind everybody what that looks like. Rizzo, what's going on? What's up, Watch and Pray? Did you pick up a comic today? I got one. I tried with two phones. Only the new phone picked one up. The old phone wouldn't get one. Oh, I don't know if the 5296 is even in the collection anymore, is it? Let's check and see. All right, it's not. It's not. So, of the Calatrava line now, God, I just love the 9.6s with that clean, modern looking bezel. I mean, it just, God, I love the 5196. You know, I've always wanted the white version of the same watch as well, just to have both of these. I've always wanted to have both of these too, right here in my collection, right here. That's a great pair to have in a collection, by all means. I could look at those all day long. But now that this new one's come out, gosh, you know, it's a tough decision. I still think the 5196G looks better than even the new one, to be honest. but you're getting a lot out of the new one. It's interesting. And of course, the 5196 is the king over there on the left, the platinum. But that's a $50,000 watch if we're looking to go there. After we know we missed it at half the price several times, it was there all day long. We could have picked it up anywhere we wanted for half that price. We just let it go. The only other one people look at is the 5227 here for the date function. And oh, wait a minute here. I'm looking like something's happening here. Hold on. We got something going on another screen I got to tend to. Okay. I'm just in an NFT drop that's going on in 26 minutes. I don't want to miss it. Okay. Man, dealing with that crypto is crazy. I lost $17,000 today in a coin that just lost all its liquidity on my exchange, and I need to figure out a way to get it out so I can sell it for its true value somewhere else. And it's very hard to do. It's not easy. It's going to be a challenge. It might be easier just to try to make $17,000 somewhere else rather than try to go get that money. But we're going to try. I know a teenager who's got time and energy who might help me. So the 5227 is price-wise, I don't know what. That's a pretty watch. In the black for sure. 38,000. So you're looking at a $13,000 bump up to get the date function. It's just not for me. I've never been on the Calatrava. I've never been a date guy. I put it on so scarcely that I don't want to adjust the date every time. I don't want an automatic one. So it's because this is an automatic watch. It's got the 324 in it. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? This is the best release of the year, without a doubt. I haven't been too up on everything that's been coming out this year, but if anything really amazing came out, I'm sure I would have heard about it, like I heard about the Pepsi Steel, which I don't really see anybody with that watch. I think the Prophet got that watch. Is he one of the only people around that's gotten that watch? But man, the Calatrava line is a killer line. It's definitely the best dress line of luxury watches. These 5 watches you have right here on the screen. The best, most recognized, in my opinion, best looking dress watches. Of this tier level, let's say, right? And you could go into some of the more niche brands and try to smash on this, like, FP Journe or Forsay or any of those type of brands. But even still, the Patek Philippe has the gravitas of a you might have Otani and a Mike Trout come along and they're legendary and they're great. But the Patek Philippe is still coming in like the Mickey Mantle. So I'm surprised they freshened up this line, but they did do a good job improving the case size by 2 millimeter from 37 to 39 millimeters, increasing the power reserve to 65 hours from what the hell is the 44, 65 hours from 44 hours. So will they keep the 9.6 line in the selection, in the available selection? Yeah, of course they will. There's definitely a stark enough difference between that new 6119 and the 5196 line for them to keep them both in production. And especially the fact that it's a 37 millimeter versus a 39. So I think what they're doing here is they're really I think what happened here is they really looked at their marketing cues and saw that we can get more modern men to wear a Calatrava, but men are bigger nowadays, which is true. My two boys are going to be giants. The doctor said my boys are going to be 6'5". So they checked their marketing cues, they did their research, and they said we can get more modern men, bigger men, to wear these watches if we up the size and if we select white gold and rose gold. So I'm getting this because I don't see the yellow gold on here. So this is telling me they're really addressing the market. That stands out to me, that they really took a cue to address the market. Otherwise, you just see yellow gold on here too. But the fact that the yellow gold isn't on here tells me that they're really speaking to the market and saying, we hear you. You like rose gold better than yellow. You know what I mean? It's the modern color. It's the one people go with. And of course, people love white gold. So it's so interesting that they left the yellow gold case out. But good for them. Good for Patek Philippe. I'm glad they definitely put themselves on the scoreboard with this one. So I think that's all I've got to say about the new Patek Philippe Calatrava here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me a good old thumbs up. I've been doing a lot of programs on NFTs, collecting NFTs, and we'll do some shows with the boys as I can permit. So it's been tough lately, man. I can't really sit here and do shows like I want to. So we'll do what we can. The NFT ones are a lot easier to do than trying to be serious here and looking at real, detailed information, and coming up with a good program on watches is much more difficult to do than, going over all of the non-fungible tokens, which is, if you're into those things, they're naturally exciting in themselves. So you don't need anybody to get you excited about them. But a Calatrava is a different a different animal, you know. It might take you somebody to get you all riled up over a Calatrava like me, you know. So, all right, guys, thank you very much, and make sure you subscribe, because I'll be getting Bud in here and the Wrangler in here, and some of the other guests like I usually do. You know, I try not to bug them during the weekday. I don't work anymore, and I just feel awful texting them and saying, "Hey, can you do a show with me?" I did that with Clive today, and he said I'm working, and you know, I just felt, you know, really bad even texting him and bothering him at work. So I've been a little bit shy about contacting the guys during the weekdays. So we'll see what's up. All right, enough said. Peace.